It all started on a quiet Thursday afternoon in a quiet suburb of Raleigh, North Carolina. I was cleaning the living room, the kind of day when the sun streams in just right, hitting the dust motes that dance lazily in the air. The scent of lemon polish mixed with old books filled the room. I was humming softly to myself, moving cushions and straightening picture frames when the front door opened, letting in that familiar creak and the faint smell of my daughter's husband, Ryan. He had that new workout gel smell today mixed with the lingering aroma of the city outside. He had just come back from an errand in downtown Raleigh. Asterisk, asterisk. "Hey, Mom," he said, leaning casually against the doorframe, holding a Publix grocery bag. His tone was light, but there was a kind of pause in his voice, like he was weighing whether to ask something he had been thinking about. I smiled and motioned for him to come in. As he put the bag on the counter, I noticed him looking around the room differently than he usually did, noticing the little details I always assumed he ignored. The crooked lampshade, the tiny pile of magazines by the sofa, the small cracks in the coffee table. Asterisk, asterisk. "You always notice everything," he said almost to himself. Then he straightened and asked me something that caught me completely off guard. Asterisk, asterisk. "Mom, do you ever feel, I don't know, like you're holding back a part of yourself? Something you've never really shared?" Asterisk, asterisk. I froze mid-wipe of the duster. There was a tension in his voice, not awkward, but deep, almost urgent. It wasn't the kind of question someone asks casually. It wasn't small talk, and yet there was something profoundly respectful in the way he asked. Like he was giving me permission to speak without judgment. Asterisk, asterisk. I put the duster down and motioned for him to sit on the sofa. Asterisk, asterisk. "I suppose I have," I admitted slowly. "I think we all do in some ways. Why do you ask?" Asterisk, asterisk. He shifted, fingers drumming lightly on the bag he had set down. "I don't know. Lately, I feel like life's too short to carry things around quietly. And sometimes talking about them with someone who really listens, it makes all the difference." Asterisk, asterisk. That simple admission opened something inside me I hadn't realized I'd been holding on to. There was a strange intimacy in the air, not romantic, but tender in a way that startled me, the kind of moment that feels like two souls brushing against each other's truths. Even when you're bound by family and respect. Asterisk, asterisk. I realized then that this wasn't just a conversation. It was an opening, a rare, fragile chance to explore something deeper with someone I trusted. The room felt warmer somehow, the sunlight more vivid against the faded floral curtains. Asterisk, asterisk. I found myself speaking honestly, telling him about my regrets, my small triumphs, the quiet fears I never voiced because they seemed too insignificant. And Ryan listened, not just hearing me, but really listening, nodding occasionally, his eyes never leaving mine. By the time I paused, a calm had settled over us both. It was the kind of silence that isn't empty. It's full, alive with understanding. And I knew in that moment that something had shifted between us, and perhaps inside me too. Asterisk. And for the first time in a long time, I welcome the feeling of being truly seen. Asterisk, asterisk. These quiet afternoons with Ryan had become something I looked forward to without ever saying it out loud. We never crossed any line, never needed to. Just the soft brush of his hand when he passed me a cup of tea, the way his knee rested a fraction closer to mine on the sofa, the long, steady looks that held more warmth than any touch ever could. Asterisk, asterisk. One late October evening, after we had talked for hours about everything and nothing, he reached over and gently tucked a loose strand of hair behind my ear. His fingers lingered for just a second longer than necessary, and neither of us moved away. The room was golden with the last of the sunset, the air thick with the scent of falling leaves outside and the quiet certainty that something unspoken had finally been allowed to breathe. Asterisk, asterisk, I didn't feel guilty. I felt alive. Asterisk, and when he leaned in, slow enough for me to stop him if I wanted, and pressed the softest kiss to my forehead, then to the corner of my mouth, then fully, gently, like he'd been waiting years to do it, I let him. My hand found the back of his neck, and for a few breathless minutes, the house held us in perfect, tender silence. Asterisk, asterisk, we pulled apart slowly, foreheads still touching, both of us smiling like we'd just discovered a secret the rest of the world didn't need to know. Asterisk, asterisk, this doesn't have to change anything, he whispered. Asterisk, it already has, I whispered back. And I'm okay with that. Asterisk, asterisk, that night, long after he'd gone home, I stood at the kitchen window watching the stars over the North Carolina pines and felt, for the first time in decades, completely, beautifully, unapologetically whole. Asterisk, 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 asterisk.